And for all your local high school football scores and highlights, it's Touchdown Friday Night with Kenny Hawkins and Jesse Kroll. Sponsored locally by Champion Chevrolet, Holston Medical Group, and Kubota of Kingsport. It's Touchdown Friday Night.
Hello everybody and welcome into Touchdown Friday Night, one of the largest high school football shows in Tennessee and Virginia. I'm Michael Epps. Kenny Hawkins and Jesse Kroll just wrapped up the fun Musket Bowl broadcast that you saw on ABC Tri-Cities. We'll hear from them in moments live from David Crockett. It was a great game at Pioneer Field as most Musket Bowls are, but first here's the Meade Tractor top tackle of the night, and it comes from that big time game. And who else but Prince Colley, the linebacker who is going to Notre Dame as an outside linebacker. He told Jesse Kroll this week he wants to be an inside linebacker, maybe got to put on some weight, but big time tackle right there from the 4-star recruit in a phenomenal Musket Bowl. And that is where we start, the 50th annual Musket Bowl. How about that? Daniel Boone has the edge in the overall series, 37-12, but Crockett has made this quite competitive in recent years with wins in 2015 and 2018, which was head coach Hayden Chanley's first year. Still, Boone head coach Jeremy Jenkins is 14-2 in Musket Bowls. They were having a great time at Pioneer Field pregame, had skydivers come in, then at halftime they retired Patrick Good's number, but Boone got on the board first with the help of a guy named Brennan Blair. If you've watched TDFN, you've certainly heard his name. Trailblazers hit the scoreboard first there in the first quarter, but talk about a quick response. Very next kickoff, Brennan Reed, quite an athlete for this team. He takes this one for 6, broke a key tackle there at the 30-yard line, and he is gone. Tied at halftime. What a game. But the second half was the Prince Colley show. He got a TD in the first few minutes of the quarter, breaks one loose 44 yards to the house. He just absorbs blow after blow and gets to where he wants to go, and that's the end zone. 20-7 lead. Boone got lucky on a Crockett punt. Snap sailed over his head. The Trailblazers come up with a huge score to make it 20-14. But Crockett would hold on to the ball. 4th and 1. They're back up deep in their own territory, but they say no punt necessary. Colley takes it himself, picks up the first down and more. Pioneers would just run out the clock from there. Gutsy play call from Chanley. It plays off, and he and David Crockett have won 2 of the last 3 Musket Bowls, 20-14. The final. As mentioned, we have Kenny Hawkins and Jesse Kroll, who did a phenomenal job on the broadcast. They're standing by to give us a breakdown of the game. You guys take it away.
All right, thanks a lot, Michael. As I mentioned earlier, I thought this game came down 2 turnovers, a mistake, and a kid by the name of Prince. First of all, let's talk about those 2 turnovers. That was the interception and then the over the head into the end zone recovered by Daniel Boone.
Well, I think both of us thought that was the momentum Boone needed. And obviously they got 6 points from that, punt over the head, and they, kicked the extra point to get 7 points out of that. But then you get an interception, you get inside the 10, and it's like, we know this is going. I mean, Crockett's been through this multiple times where they kind of just give the game away with turnovers. But then Boone goes, they kind of just, I wouldn't say give it away, but you and I were talking about this. When you have Brennan Blair, taking the direct snap, you know where the ball is going to go. It's not going to go anywhere different, and then they kind of switch it around on 4th down, and you kind of called it, pass run option. And, I think the coaches might have heard you because they ran that play, and obviously, they closed it out. So it was just a really good game towards the end, but I think Crockett was just a better team.
The other one was the mistake on 4th down. That would have turned the ball back over to the Blazers in good field position, but it allowed Crockett to go for first and get it, and that moved the ball. How about Prince Colley? He told his coach late in the game, just give me the ball.
I don't think he's a prince. I think he's a king right now. I think that's just how it is right now. But, yeah, he just took over. I think we knew that was going to happen. It was either going to be Brennan Blair for Daniel Boone or Prince Colley for David Crockett, and that's what we saw tonight. We saw, Prince Colley, he didn't really get anything going in the first half. Towards the end of the first half, they kind of got some momentum and rhythm, but, when that 3rd quarter and 4th quarter came, when Daniel Boone was tired, I think he just steps his game up a notch, and he knows that he can do that, and he overpowers kids left and right when down in that 3rd and 4th quarter.
Now, after the game, we had a chance to talk to the Class 5A champions about this big win in the Musket Bowl.
21's pretty good, ain't he? Hey, down there, you got 4th and 1 at the 12. No hesitation. Prince Colley's the best player in this area, and it's not close. We're blessed to have him. How about our kids, man?
Big-time players make big-time plays, and I'm always thinking during the 3rd and 4th quarter, hey guys, somebody give us a big play. Somebody give us a big play. I'm starting to get a Mamba mentality. You know, I'm starting to think just do it yourself. You know, God's giving you the ability to do it. I just play hard, man. That's all.
Great job by that offensive line.
What a game we got to see here at David Crockett High School. The 50th annual Musket Bowl won by David Crockett. We'll talk to you again a little bit later on in the show, but for right now, back to you, Michael, in the studio.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Again, fun stuff there. Daniel Boone coming out on top with the win. Morristown East also picking up a win. All right, well, we also have a phenomenal game, another great rivalry here in this area. It's the Backyard Brawl. Dobyns Bennett heads into Johnson City to take on Science Hill in a phenomenal game that Science Hill won last year. So let's check out the highlights of this year's. DB won back in 2018. They're having a good time with this one. They start out here early in the first half, going at it, trying to replace the production from Caleb Mazoff, so Jackson Diamond's just going to go ahead and try to do that himself, finding his man for the early touchdown. Dobyns Bennett comes right back at it. We know Zane Whitson is pretty talented with his arm as well. He's been running a lot this year, but he finds his man in the end zone for a big-time touchdown to even it up. And here they go scoring again. Remember, they won here a couple years ago. They take the lead, but Science Hill stayed composed, even through another score. Tyler Tesnier, Philip Armitage, these guys for Dobyns Bennett continuing to work hard for this team. They pick up a big-time score there. Tried to get a field goal, but it's blocked, and Amari Red is going to take it to the house. Another phenomenal showing from Science Hill as they go on to take down Dobyns Bennett here in a phenomenal game.
Don't pay attention to the record, especially after last year, and don't lay down. Just fight all 4 quarters. Halftime, it wasn't over. Even though we were down, we still had a chance. If we came and fight, we knew we would win.
I was just working with my team, man. We were executing the way we needed to. We got the job done.
Yes.
Game plan, just going out and doing the best we could. We knew we were out a few people, a few very important people actually, and we did it for them.
Back years, Science Hill pulls off the upset, winning this one 31-21. Sorry, we have that score flipped, but 31-21. And Farragut picks up a big one, 42-7. So all 3 of those teams are right now tied. They could share the league title. Phenomenal 6A race right now. We still have a ton of highlights to show you, including games in Carter and Unicoi counties. But first, here's the Science Hill marching band to help take us to break.